Today's conversation is on systems, and this is going to be a very short video. But if you pay close attention, I think you can literally change the very essence of your being. Okay, so what are systems? Well, a system is anything that is habitual and that is done by the subconscious. That is not, you're not consciously thinking about it. That's what a system is. Whatever you put into a system, your body doesn't have to exert a lot of energy to put it into action. For example, let's say you wake up, the first thing you do is brush your teeth or drink a glass of water. That's a system because you're not consciously thinking about it. You're just waking up, you're just doing it. So it doesn't take a lot of energy for the body to perform that action, as I said before. That is why systems are integral for our entire life. And that is why systems exist in the first place. Because our body can't perform every action consciously. Because if we start doing that, we're going to be expending so much energy on meager tasks. You must have noticed this sometimes that if you're driving a car, a lot of the times sometimes you just snap back and you're like, how did I even do this? How am I even driving right now? Because your mind is somewhere else, but you're subconsciously operating that whole vehicle. So you're not consciously putting energy towards it. That's basically where systems exist and how they come in. And this can be very beneficial, but it can also be like heavy chains holding you down. Because if you have a system in place and it's not benefiting you, it can actually drag you down. Okay, so how does improvement happen? This is it's very connected to each other. Okay, improvement is consistency. Improvement is taking a single habit and performing it over and over again until you reach your desired result or a desired outcome. And what are systems? They're very similar. Okay, what a system does is it subconsciously programs you to do that activity without expending a lot of energy. Your mental systems. What do we call mental systems? We call them belief systems. Okay, so this is already in the mainstream. And most of the high performing individuals, they have created their own systems. Like, okay, I'll give you another example to tell you how this is like a whole big thing that's already in play in society, right? So what is society? Society is a construct where everyone is inside a system. Okay, follow along for a second here. Everyone is inside a system, and the system demands productivity. The system demands that we do work. The system demands that we follow certain orders and we follow certain rules and regulations, right? So based on that, the schooling system is created where they teach you certain ways of doing certain things, and those things get integrated in your subconscious. So every time when you go out in real life, all these systems are already in place, right? So you must also have these systems inside you that have been in place since you were very, very young. So the first step is recognizing that these systems are there, recognizing what things you're doing that are not aligning with yourself, what things you're doing just out of comfort that have no value addition to your life. So then you will start to remove these things. Then you will start, once you realize, that's the first step, right? You realize it, then you start to remove it and replace it with something else. So that's how these systems are a very integral part of our daily lives. And changing these innate systems can actually change you as a person, and it can change your perception towards life, and it can also change how you act on a daily basis and where your future is heading. Because as I mentioned before, compounding habits is what leads to change. Compounding habits is what leads to improvement. So these systems are what's compounding in your life already, through your mind, through your actions. It just keeps compounding, and it's leading you to a life which you have not made for yourself. It's been made for you. It's been made for you in your schools. It's been made for you at home. It's been made for you when you're watching the news. It's been made for you when you're watching TV or like seeing any sort of entertainment. So these systems have been created for you to make you the ideal citizen. Okay, the ideal citizen. So if you want to be an ideal citizen, if you want to be just like everyone else, then you can keep on following these systems that have already existed. But if you aspire to be an exceptional individual, if you aspire to be something beyond what we've been, what we've been shown, what we've been told that we're capable of, if you want to be extraordinary, you need to break the pre-existing systems, and you need to put your own systems in place. Because when you're putting your own systems, you're taking back control, right? And obviously this will take some time getting used to, because your body is not used to consciously doing all these habits, it's not used to consciously expending all of that energy. So when you start doing this, obviously it's going to be uncomfortable, but you need to push through that. Just make pointers of all the things as you realize them, that okay, this is something I'm doing out of comfort, this is something I'm doing out of comfort, this is something that's not really necessary in my life. Okay, why am I doing this? Just, you need to start questioning these things. Once you start questioning these things, that's when your brain starts giving you these answers. It's like the red car theory. Okay, if you don't know the red car theory, it's basically, if your focus is on a red car, whenever you're out on the road, all you're gonna see is red cars. And you won't see any other cars, like your focus, because your focus is aligned to that specific thing. So by questioning things, you realign your focus, you expand your zone of consciousness, and that's when you're capable of making change. So yeah, hope this made sense, and peace.